0. For more on this, let's welcome in, shall we, Nedum Manua to the show. Nedum, so many talking points from this game. Which one do you want to start with?
I think the first one's the XG debate. You know, England had 1.8, Italy had 1.3, so technically, like, they deserve to win.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the right way to start it. But ultimately, you know, it didn't quite have the fireworks of the game they played in last year in the European Championship final. But this is what it's weird. Like, you see the difference in the sides, the people who are being rested, people who aren't there. You know, an Italy side now who, you know, the Nations League is a big thing for this year because they don't have a World Cup. You're in a stadium with no fans in it, but it was good to see Tomori play. Thought Abraham did okay as well. And as Craig was saying, you know, Sterling, that's the biggest chance, that's the best chance, and he does ghost into those areas. And I think he'll be disappointed to have not scored the winner there. But I guess, you know, we're trapped in this funny position where with the Nations League, where lots of people think it doesn't matter. But as you now look at England, and they've only scored 1 goal in the last 3 games in the competition, like, does this actually matter? And in some ways, I believe it probably does, because there's a sort of sense of lack of creativity to a certain extent. And if it's going to be like this and they do end up finishing bottom, I think at the end of the broadcast which I had over here in England, they said, you know, next season they'll be in Group B and they won't be able to qualify for the finals in the summer, blah, blah, blah. But I thought, as well as that, you won't be playing Germany, you won't be playing Italy and teams like that in this competition. So for them, they need to kick-start their campaign. Otherwise, it could be all doom and gloom next year.
Doom and gloom. What a lovely link.
Yeah, it's a lovely segue, because that's how I'm feeling today, watching that dross. I mean, I'm at my wit's end with this Nations League already. We've had 2 years of a pandemic that's not over fully, but certainly sport has been able to resume full programming. But that's been condensed for 2 years. We've had these long and arduous seasons, little breaks, and now we have, and we have UEFA banning supporters from an England game, ironically, when they have an organisation and a big event that they can't monitor properly in the Champions League final. And then we have those other clowns at FIFA have got a World Cup bang in the middle of a season, and we still have all these games. And look, at the end of the day, the Nations League is what it is. It's an upgrade on the friendlies, but the friendlies were dead. The friendlies were dead in the water.
Yep.
These are only slightly better. And as for what they are, they're not for the Englands and the Italys, really, who generally, apart from Italy, have a couple of hiccups. All these big countries generally get to the major championships. They're for those teams like the Scotlands and the Wales and all these other teams that need a parachute because they're so bad. Need a parachute to get in there. So yeah, disappointing when you switch on and there's just a few screaming kids at the game. Good for them, but it doesn't make for an atmosphere. And once again, England under-inspire me.
Yeah.
You know, Italy have made a lot of changes, a lot of inexperienced players. Yeah, I know England made some changes, but it's still a side that should, you know, against this Italy side, be playing a little bit better football, creating more chances. We didn't see it in the highlight. I thought Italy had 2 or 3 other very good chances in the game and could have won it.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.